Okay, so I want to continue our conversation about value today. The reason I want to have this conversation is because I want to talk about sin's place in all of this. See, I think that oftentimes, whether intentional or not, we communicate to people that their sin somehow diminishes their value. And I think we do this with good intentions, not realizing the damage that we're doing. See, our desire is to prevent people from sinning because sin is a destructive thing and we don't want that destruction in their lives. So the tool that we utilize so often is shame, and through this we communicate that their value as a person has diminished because of their sin cycles. Like they're somehow less of a person because of these sins. That desire to see sin broken off of their lives is a good thing, but this tool is unholy and unbiblical, to be honest. You see, the scripture says that while I was yet a sinner, Christ died for me. My worst state did not diminish my value so much that Christ would not die for me. If that is true, then no sin that I commit can diminish my value whatsoever. No matter what I do, I am the most valuable thing to God. And yes, it is vital and necessary for us to communicate the destructive nature of sin and to encourage and equip each other to break our sin cycles. Just as fear should not be used, neither should we communicate a diminishing value in order to keep people away from sin. Whether we communicate that overtly or we communicate that subversively through the ways that we treat each other. If I communicate love to a lesser extent to someone who has fallen into sin, I have failed to see their eternal value through the eyes of Jesus Christ. I have taken my interpretation of justice and declared that it dictates a value system that has more validity than God's. We have to be careful to communicate and live by the truth that our value is connected solely to the desire of God. Nothing else dictates our value. We must ensure that we do not communicate a fluctuating value system that is dependent upon our victory against temptation. Let sin be exposed so that we may strip it of its authority in our lives, not so that we can gain some greater measure of value through its absence. I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please share this with somebody if you believe it's going to help them. And if you want to continue this conversation, go ahead and hit me up in the comments below. And if you want to be a part of future conversations, then subscribe.